Welcome to Which to Take with Cristina Lisa and Movie Lab's 6 and 7 of Psychosociology, a course to free will, also an extension of Orphans Oracle on Substack, Which to Take's Substack, Orphans Oracle. Peace, you may call us River, and develop with us which virtues of courage, honor, integrity, truth, and wisdom. Sometimes the loss is such that you want to hurt yourself and others, but not really. And so you find that all you can do is watch a movie, TV series, channel stream. Those are the cards you enjoy playing during those times. So that's what the movie labs are about. And in this session, it's a three-way dance with MTV's Younger and Mythic Quest, written by Charlie Day, Megan Gantz, and Rob McElhenney, directly and inadvertently incorporating the orphan, adoptee, and gypsy. And you are the third dance partner in the crew. And we vibe with adoption and gypsy aspects on our path, hoping to channel in a way that allows us to learn without study, practice, discipline, punishment, to develop a healthy Vishuddha, that is to say throat chakra, seeking and sharing our truths instead of becoming distracted, irresponsible, secretive, alone in our knowledge, to develop and grow, nurture authentic, harmonious, honest relationships between ourselves and others. So important, coming from a state of low adoption where orphan and adoptee and gypsy truths were shut down in order to fit in and belong in the family and nation and community. And so thank you for joining us in this endeavor. In this course to free will, we see everybody as a different psychosociology experiment, and only our intentions and actions determine our future. We respect that what resonates for one may not for another, and appreciate the gift of discernment, testing what aligns before deciding what to take and adopt as our own. While the matters of which we speak during these podcasts may seem scary or like we take sides, our mission is to adopt success for one and all in home, school, business, on the streets, across the nations, throughout religions, even deep space. Coming from a homeless shelter and orphanage, maintaining a safe home is of the utmost importance to us. Our primal physical wounds prevent us from playing the good-evil game to fit in, belong, be accepted. Keeper of the earth, moon, stars, we try to help younger through elder humans succeed in the classrooms of their life. And if this is resonating and you want more at your leisures, you may hang out for other spells in our virtual offices like Linktree, Substack, YouTube, and you may find that on the About page, those links, some of those links. And for fun and education, you may flip through those links with discernment, like a deck of tarot or oracle cards. And if you want to collaborate, you may email us at whichtotake@gmail.com. And thank you so much for joining us in this podcast. We are so in awe of you, your energy, essence, and arts, how you are so gentle with yourself, steering clear of danger, and playing with yourself your cards for the life you need, want, and desire as you in life keep changing into the blue beyond. Thank you so much. So, jumping into this movie lab, MTV's 2015 Younger, featuring lonely kids grown up and estranged families, directed by Darren Star, brought up the orphan, adoptee, and gypsy tropes so much that I could not keep a complete list. We really enjoyed taking in the treatment. I can't remember which episode joked about a homeless publishing company, so that was the first piece of data we did manage to write down. And then in season 5, episode 5, there is a poster featuring Gypsy of the Year, capital G. And then in season 7, episode 7, there is an art exhibit titled Gypsies, Trannies, and Thieves. It was so thrilling to see how they wove that in. And especially during this decade of Romani inclusion, Opre Roma, raising awareness, rising up, so wonderful. And season 7, episode 8, titled Maria and the Baroness, recalling The Sound of Music. Those of you who watch that movie every year when it came on mainstream television in the 70s and 80s may recall the literal and figurative orphans, adoptees, and gypsies within it. And those were just a few bits of data from Younger, so you may enjoy taking in those seasons upon seasons upon seasons of treatments and have that conversation with yourself, developing your healthy Vishuddha and a harmonious relationship with yourself and others, instead of just like sweeping that shit under the carpet like we did in those states of adoption. And if you want to talk about it here in the chat, so you may do that. It's public space, so you just may be aware that it may be shared with everybody. And then if you change your mind, you can erase it. It doesn't offend us if that happens. We totally understand and appreciate the edit feature or the delete feature and in a high state of adoption. So yeah, let us know what you think about MTV's 2015 Younger, how you found that, and the orphan, adoptee, and gypsy within it, and how that helped you dance further into a high state of adoption. And then Mythic Quest. So this is Movie Lab 6 and 7. So 6 was Younger, 7 is Mythic Quest. And Mythic Quest, again, so amazing, such a wonderful treatment. We didn't keep a complete list of all the orphan, adoptee, and gypsy tropes brought within it, but it was almost like they got the assignment to bring it up without bringing it up, to really get us thinking. So that was sort of thrilling to see from this aspect as we have danced from a low to a high state of adoption. And we keep dancing into a high state of adoption whenever we trip and fall over loss into a low state of adoption. So Mythic Quest, Season 1, Episode 3, The Dinner Party, led character Ian, he calls himself, Grimm. The lead character Ian says, in reference to a proposed graphic of 2 black lightning bolts side by side looking like the letters SS, he says, the Nazis are going to adopt this. They were trying to include the Nazis in their game. I know, funny. How can you laugh about that? But we did. Episode about the masked man reverse engineers the backstory of that character, the masked man. And Star Wars was mentioned, the estranged father-son trope that left Luke Skywalker a figurative orphan, adoptee, and gypsy. Tying into that was Ian's own estranged relationship with his son, Pudishu, or Brendan. And data piece number 3. Ian says of his assistant Joe, if we could just harness her power for good. That reminded me so much of myself in a low state of adoption. I thought I was doing such wonderful things, but I was really just taking out my grief on person, place, or thing, thinking I was doing wonderful things. Like, isn't that what we're doing? Aren't we kicking the dog? I can do that. And so that was data piece number 3. If we could just harness her power for good. I own you, Moneyman Brad mouthed to tester Rachel after doing her a humongous favor, and that I own you, so telling in the gypsy orphan adoptee trope. And, we say we want to help, but then is it really that we want to own? And some people are coming to grips with that. I had to come to grips with that before I moved out of a low state of adoption. It's all of us. Before you're here, you're there. And so no shame, no blame. The next bit of data, gamers hate everything new. Eventually, they adopt it, learn to like it, forget about it, and then direct their anger at the next commodification of their pleasure. Ian said about the gamers hating a new update of a game. That blew me away. That quote there, that was pretty intense take on adoption and the low state of adoption. And directing us to what a high state of adoption might look and feel like. So that's pretty special to be able to, of our own free will, make the decision to move, and with our sense of humor. That's fabulous. As long as we're not using sarcasm, because then at least one person is left behind in the room, usually the innocent child. And we don't want to leave anybody behind, not even the innocent child. So we're eliminating that sarcasm. Spoiler alert, mention of Assistant Joe as an orphan to programmer Poppy getting knocked up by her boyfriend, wanting to be with Ian, speaks to the orphan tropes, adoption fairy tales, and gypsy myths. They just got deep into it from every aspect. So we are curious to see what you think about these movies. If this is something that sounds like fun for you to do during those times, you want to hurt yourself or others, but not really. You've learned enough to know that you're going to play your cards through that. And yeah, let us know in the comments and what you think. Ciao for now. We love you all. Until next time.